and welcome to the BYB podcast. That stands for the Backyard Boys.
Backyard Boys!
Hell yes. Welcome to the Monday night edition. Just me and Lemmy all alone. How are you doing tonight, Lemmy?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you doing? What are you up to?
I'm up to 4 foot. That's the best I'm going to get. And I'm a little under the weather, but that's okay because I'm single and ready to mingle. I love to party. Can't you tell? We're doing it. We're having it. It's happening. Yes, I've been waiting for this all day breathlessly. And I mean, I don't have much breath, so hopefully I don't have to yell too much. So don't make me have to, Lemmy. Don't make me have to.
Fair enough.
Yes, Lemmy indeed came up with a new game for us to play. We're looking forward to it, chomping at the bit. Can't wait. Yes, would you like to tell us all about our brand new game from Still Toe, the Still Toe Bingo?
Oh yes. I've been making bingo cards for Steel Toe specifically. And I am taking suggestions. So whenever I post one of these, you go ahead and stick your little suggestion in the comment section or in the comment section of this here video. And I'll implement it if it's good. I'm going to cherry pick the good ones. If you're left out, that means your suggestion was bad.
Yeah, and you're good at taking notes. I'm not. So good thing you're the notes taker. Indeedly. This one is different than the game board we played with yesterday, correct? You were saying you swapped it up a little bit.
Yep.
Yes.
I added quotes Bible, has epiphany, guilt or shames the chat about the goal, grabs his mic, says there but for the grace of God go I, takes the high road, and if he says PayPal, Streamlabs, or Venmo. Also, the free space, YouTube now takes 30% of that free space, unfortunately.
I mean, what if they pay with Streamlabs or Venmo or PayPal? Then there's no 30%.
This is funded by YouTube. YouTube made this. YouTube is paying me to make this.
You're sponsored by YouTube. You're lucky.
Totally.
I didn't know they don't sponsor too many people. You're one of the few, the proud, the YouTubers.
Yeah,
yes.
Right. Fucking dreams, dude. Come at me, Mr. Beast.
I mean, in some way, I guess we are kind of all sponsored by YouTube at this point, right? Because we're on here. So now that we got that stupid YouTube logo on everything we do, I guess we're somewhat owned by some corporation, Alphabet.
The black one.
No, they don't actually own us. But yeah, as we know, we're just waiting for a good enough idea where that they'll buy it from us and steal it or make their own version of it so we can complain about it. I hope we come up with an idea good enough where YouTube will turn their heads and go, "Wow, look at what those folks over there are doing! Amazing stuff, indeed." Let's get right into it. How's our boy Granny doing out there in the real world doing things?
I went and brought him his cigarettes today, and they wouldn't let me see him. So he got mad at the guy that wouldn't let him through the doors, and he got rode up. So Granny said, "You better carry a stack of those around because every time I see you, I'm gonna motherfuck you today." So,
I like that attitude. I got a message from him today. He was saying that he was so pissed off that he was crushing beers. I hope that's not bad news for you, but he actually sent me a little video too. No, he said he was so mad that he was crushing beers. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, Granny, Jesus, calm down, buddy. You don't have to get so pissed off with these beers. Yeah. So when I saw the message come through, I thought he meant like he was slamming beers, crushing beers. You know what I mean? Like a skater boy would
like
say.
A relapse.
Crushing. Yeah, you get it. A relapse. No, we know better. He's doing good. It's glad to hear that. I'm sorry you didn't get to see him today. That does suck. Is it
really
far from you, or is it conveniently placed at least?
No, it's like 35-minute drive.
Well, it's not too close.
No, but he got his cigarettes, so that shit's like gold in there apparently, and like water or whatever the fuck. So,
are you talking about his nigsigs, as he would say, as he puts it?
No, like actual cigarettes. Actual cigarettes.
Is he smoking actual cigarettes? What's his flavor? Newports?
No, 305 full flavored 100s.
I've never heard of them. Never heard of.
Well, they kill trailer trash folk like me and Granny.
305s. I've heard of 311s, never 305s. Nothing. That was a music joke. That was a bad music joke. Yes. And of course, we want everyone to play along with us when we do our bingo game. We only have a few topics to get through before we get to Steel Toe, our favorite show to cap on. Of course, everybody and their dog has been all over the Steel Toe show stuff lately. Lots of good clips coming out of that show. And of course, like we showed yesterday, even Johnny's getting in on the Steel Toe bashing lately. So that's kind of fun. That's a new development. And I don't know how long do you think Johnny is around Steel Toe? I guess let's just start with the questions, putting Lemmy on the spot.
I don't know, man. Johnny's been around for a very long time, and Johnny's very loyal also. But he seems to, like, everybody heard him say that I want to be able to make enough money to not need to be on Steel Toe at all, is what he said. So whenever I think he feels that he might be comfortable enough with his own show, or comfortable with the amount of money or revenue he's generating, then I think that's when he'll quit Steel Toe.
Plus, I mean, it saves him a drive over to Aaron's house all the time. And I'm sure as we see how he stumbles down not down the stairs, but how he stumbles to his chair, we can only imagine what it's like for him to go into a basement at Aaron's house and driving over there and dealing with all of that crap. So I have a feeling it's much more convenient to hang out at home for. Do you think he's ever gotten paid $100 a show? Because we know that Aaron has not been paying Keanu and Gino $100 a show.
I don't know. I really don't know, and it would be weird. I would feel weird speculating on the amount of money that he makes.
Yeah,
because that's just so. I don't know. I doubt it. I'm leaning towards I doubt that he makes $100 a show. That's the best I can do.
Yeah, I would say he does not. I would agree with that. I would say he does not make $100 a show, and he does what, 3-4 shows a week?
He does. He
Max.
has to now.
Right. He's going to be carrying a heavy load. Aaron Imholt's load. Yes, disgusting. We wouldn't want to carry that. Movie bad man in his chat finally. Really? Is this true? Pull scam Sam. Movie banned me in his chat. And of course, welcome everybody to the chat this evening. Glad to see all of you. Captain Miserable says $30 to $50 a show, I would guess. I don't know. That seems a little low. But he did indeed send Keanu $30 the one time. So who knows? But yes, thank you everyone for being here. We got a couple goofy little cleanup items to go through, clips, funny stuff before we get to Aaron. So let's get started. This was on Chad Zumach's show today. I caught this, so I figured I better clip it and bring it to our show. But major shout out to our buddy Jason Bardo X, who Deadfool has put up an advertisement on Chad's show for. Let's check that out. You've been more of a fan of Chad lately, correct, Lemmy?
Yes, I'm also a fan of Jason Bardo X, dude. That dude's always a really good fucking time. I know that he seems like this like slow stoner dude, but like the guy's actually an excellent conversational artist.
Yeah, no, I made friends with him last year, like coming off of the FGTC show thing. He was one of the few people that was around that orbit that was not actually a shitty person, and yeah, I definitely became buddies with him, and he's probably one of the first few people I met. Like Ski Mask and him were probably one of the first couple people I met that I really liked in the in this verse. But before we get any further, we need to welcome our buddy who is one of the largest and most famous people in the world, especially well known for his weather reports. Welcome, everyone. Frankie McDonald.
I'm doing great.
Frankie,
So
hello.
people
How are you, buddy?
I'm going to address the rumors. I never, ever been to Pennsylvania, period.
Is that
I'm in Canada and he's in the United States. I'm in Canada my whole life.
Have you ever owned an AR style rifle, Frankie?
I never, ever been
The black
to
one.
Pennsylvania, period. That means I wasn't involved in the shooting incident at all. Because I'm in a different country than the United States.
Where did the rumors start that you had something to do with that, Frankie? I did not see the reports. Where did you see that?
That means there's people making stuff up. I had to address it. I told them. I made a video. I never, ever been to Pennsylvania, period. I was at the Rip Fest on the weekend.
So what you're saying is there's a guy that looks exactly like you that was on a rooftop with a rifle.
No, somebody photoshopped my face on it. That software cost $500 Canadian.
But I saw that picture, and it most definitely was your face.
I didn't post it. They photoshopped it. They copied it and photoshopped it.
Maybe we could help you come up with let's say if you had to vote for Trump or Biden, who would you vote for, Frankie?
I don't vote for them because I'm in Canada. I'm not in the States.
Have you ever voted in the United States before?
Not at all. I don't vote in the States because I live in Canada.
Who would you vote for if you lived in America? Or the United States, I mean.
A lot of people don't vote in the States.
I don't vote. You're right, Frankie. I don't vote.
A lot of guys don't vote in the States.
I don't believe women should vote either, Frankie.
True.
I don't. A lot of guys don't vote in the States, period.
Hey, Frankie, do you what kind of ladies do you like talking to?
I was talking to quite a few of them. I guess a lot of them.
Lemmy's a lady. Did you know that?
I know we're from the Hot Water Show and Compound Media. Christy did Wet Spot tonight. And Nelson Peabody told me Christy's not doing a Wet Spot tonight.
Well, you're welcome to hang out with us anytime you want to, Frankie. You know that, buddy. You're always welcome to just chill out and hang out with us. You don't even have to run away if that's the case. Okay. Well, thank you, Frankie, for the news that indeed Frankie McDonald. Let's get this all out there. He did not try to assassinate the president. Those are photoshops. That costed well over $500 Canadian to make those photoshops. And indeed, Frankie was not the he was not the attempted assassin. So you heard it here, folks. He's got his I can't think of the word. My brain's going blank already. Alibi. He's got his alibi. And clip it. Someone clip it. Send it to the FBI so they don't mistake him for the shooter. We would appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, back to JBX is God, who does a show every night at 9:00. It's JBX. But yeah, he got a big shout out from Deadpool and Deadpool's $100 and Chad Zumach. So let's hear all about it, buddy.
Z-Man.
Did you get to finish what you were saying about Chad before we got somewhat sidetracked?
What is there to say about Chad? He's a fucking legend, dude.
A legend or a what?
Allegedly a legend. Yeah, oh yeah.
A legend,
Oh,
like
yeah.
in what? The credit card thief community? He's a legend in the black eye community. He's a legend in the
I'm gonna
Cuvia
tell you what.
country.
Those old people don't need their credit cards. They're gonna be dead soon, first of all. Second of all,
Well, what about their grandkids?
fuck them grandkids.
Second of all, go ahead.
Yeah, just see number one.
See, number one. Allegedly, he does not hang out in locker rooms like Ray DeVito, except for at the villages where old people exist, where you can take their credit cards. Okay, sure, got it.
Yeah,
Lemmy.
Ray DeVito hangs out in locker rooms to like watch Dong.
What?
Like, 17-year-olds.
Those dongs are good eggs.
What's worse?
Come on, man.
What's worse?
Those dongs were nice. What? Come on, Lemmy. What's the problem? What problem do you have with dongs in a locker room? Come on. Those dongs were awesome. I love dongs.
You know what?
Everywhere.
Number two, I got your number two. Chad is funnier than you.
Me? Or Ray?
Yep.
Oh, I'm still Ray? Well, of course.
No, just you.
All right. I guess I'm doing a solo. Can Quad fly solo? Yes, it looks like Quad's gonna have to learn to fly solo tonight. It's all right, you son of a gun. That's the last thing I wanted to hear tonight. You know I don't feel good. You know I'm not feeling it. And now you're coming in hot like this.
I am overselling it. I do like Chad though. I don't think he's a fucking legend, but I do like Chad. And he's on fire lately. So
no, like I said, I mean, he is a legend in some ways, like all the negative ways you can round up in your mind right now. Those ways he is a legend, like crashing cars drunk, stealing credit cards from old people, all the great ways you would never want to be a legend for. I hope they catch him and cut his hand off.
I hope that one day when people hear my name, they list off a whole fucking sheet of what all the bad things I've done since like 2009. You know what I mean? That'd suck.
Yeah, you got a point there. Hey, Greg, come on, quit chipping me, dude. I'm reading your guys' stuff, and I'm not real happy where you guys are coming after me personally. Right after Lemmy comes after me, it's like, why are you guys being so rude? Damn, Quad, laughing my ass off. Show just started, and you're forgetting English. Yeah, I said I'm sick. You know how illnesses affect the brain, so you're gonna have to give me a pass tonight. Everybody in the club, be nice to Quad tonight. And indeed, let's start it off right. This is kind of a surprise, the name on this one. Clay Dabbler became a new BYB podcast member. Beep, 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 beep.
Wow. Is he kind of a big deal around here, or who's that guy?
No, I mean, he's like buddy with Stuttering John.
Oh.
He would go on the show other than myself. He's the British guy. Yeah, with the accent. You probably think never even Stuttering. Thinking about it, I'm saying stupid stuff, but he's the one other guy that Johnson would trust to come on the show. Now it's Rob Saul, but back then it was Clay Dabbler. They had a falling out, and it's been there ever since. I think they're buddies, but
you sound like you're underwater.
Oh,
there you are.
Still good?
You're good.
Is it fixed?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I don't think that's. I know that when I just to let everyone know, there's a possibility we could be having issues with StreamYard. I know that when I signed in to StreamYards today, it said having issues with video and audio, and something about clips not working. So there may be issues. And if for some reason the entire stream goes down and we have to end it, you'll understand why, because StreamYard does seem to be having issues. But also, they're not the only ones having issues. We can talk about that a little bit more too. But Censored was down all day long, and I'm starting to question if it was accident or maybe more than just that. But let's go ahead and get into this JBX Clipper. We're never getting through it.
And back from his hiatus, Deadfool, $100 sponsor, and Deadfool is promoting something. Deadfool is finally promoting something with this $100 tier. Finally, Deadfool uses the $100 tier for what it is, and he wants to promote a podcast. A guy named Jason Bardo X. He has currently has 500 subs on his YouTube channel. His YouTube is here. I'm going to write this down. Make sure you guys see it because I want to make sure he gets the full plug in. Since you're paying for the $100 tier, we want to take care of you. And I'm all about that. Let's promote stuff. Let's promote YouTube's. He's promoting somebody else, which is really nice. But let me put it up on the screen. He's trying to get this guy over so he can get monetized.
Put it up on the screen. Yeah, he does as good with his words as I do with my words, except for he just glosses over it. You guys stop me and bash me for it. Very rude. But yeah, so Deadfool giving Chad, how dare you, Deadfool, for giving Chad $100. But at least you did do something very nice, which is giving JBX a shout out, which we do here for free all the time, by the way, Deadfool. Yeah, I know, you know, Lemmy. Let's get into it. Apparently, a bunch of Chad Zumach's Patreon or the $100 tier have not been paying for his $100 tier for a long time. So, and right in the middle of a Chad Zumach, we got Ski Mask with an update. Let's hear what Ski Mask has to say. Ski Mask, welcome to the BYB podcast. You're live on air. What's up, buddy?
Yo, what's up, Quadfather? How's it going?
Good, man. What's new? What do you got?
I don't know what's new. You haven't been answering my calls. What's going on?
I didn't want to talk to you late at night because I've been sick. Is that okay with you?
I don't know. Do you like cock? Are you gay or something?
No, I don't like cock. That's why I don't feel obligated to talk to boys in the middle of the night when you guys all decide you feel like calling me, and I don't feel like answering.
I was going to wait to talk about this on my show, but since you're on the air, the great and powerful Vinny Cash and myself spent 18 hours on the phone the other night.
What did you set a new Guinness Book World Records? What's going on here? What did you do? Why is this an amazing feat? And why are you calling me to tell me this? Why don't you tell me why you think that's an amazing feat to hang out like a bunch of little girls on a phone, twiddling your thumbs and your hair, and you're kicking your little feet up while.
It's funny, I can stay on the phone with a man for 18 hours, but I can't with a woman. It's hilarious. I mean, we were just sitting there making dick jokes, whatever, and we had all the boys in there at some point. I mean, there was a lot of guys. Gary Goldman. I mean, we had everybody in there.
Do you know who wasn't in there because he's not gay? Quadfather, motherfucker.
Yeah, I tried to ring you a couple times, I think.
Yeah, you did, and I ignored you both times.
Yeah. But I was also high on cocaine, so who cares?
Well, that's a hell of an update. Well, we're doing the rehab stream right now. We're trying to get people clean and sober and get them off of drugs and alcohol. So now that being said, would you consider giving up your cocaine habit at least for a day or two?
I don't have a cocaine habit. I mean, the whole time in Connecticut, the bags up there below. Now that I live in a trailer park, everybody around here has great bags.
There you go, folks. You heard it here. Breaking news. Trailer parks have lots of good drugs. LOL.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, if you want good bags, move to a trailer park, folks. I'm telling you.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, thanks for the report, man. I'm going to get back to my show, I guess. Is there anything you would like Lemmy to know before you take off?
Yeah, let me throw those legs up. You're hot. I love the bingo thing you were doing. You should do one for my show.
There you go. Awesome, buddy. Take her easy.
Also, April M. Holt, I'll eat your ass.
Yeah, everyone wants to, right? Oh wait, no, there's a lot of jizz on that one. Better watch it. All right, buddy. Later.
All right, later. Call me later, bro.
All right. All right, like typical girl fashion, a bunch of that's guy stuff. That's guy stuff. Talking on phone for 18 hours like a bunch of little girls. That's guy stuff. I don't know. I don't know how I can sell that to anyone. Sounds like a lot of bullshit to me. What do you think, Lemmy?
What? Specifically?
Hanging out and talking to other guys for 18 hours sounds very, very sus.
I couldn't imagine like talking to any fucking body for 18 hours.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine talking to somebody for like over 3 hours.
I would say I'm tapped out about half an hour. Half an hour seems to be about my max. And then I'm like, get off the phone. You suck. Yes, indeed. All right. So back to what we were talking about. The old mud shark. Indeed. The rumors are that he has a $100 tier, but most of the people on it are not actually giving him $100 a month. He just has not taken them down. Kind of like how we've done with David Chandler on our. He's not really the backyard boss anymore. We're doing that because he did the backyard boss membership level for so long. It's kind of an honorary title at this point. But,
It's a foundation.
He did. He helped us a lot in the beginning, and I'm glad to see the shows he's helping now. They all need it, and keep doing what you're doing, buddy. Good stuff out there. Philanthropy, folks. That's what we're doing. That's what we're about. Philanthropy. But yeah, so you've heard the same thing I heard. I know you heard it on Melton, just like I did. The fact that Chad has fake $100 tier, except for looks like Deadful actually did buy his. But he did it for JBX. Very cool. All right, let's finish this off here.
I think that's goes to show you how good of a person Deadful is, that he's using his power for somebody else. His YouTube page and his YouTube show, Bored Half to Deaf. There it is. It airs at midnight or so Eastern every single night. It's not a show.
That is true.
I'm promoting it right now.
That is true. It is not a show, folks. If you're going there to see a show, it is not a show, but they do a podcast. But that is their motto. That is kind of their gimmick. Not a show.
JBX is God. Let's get him some subscribers. Go hit sub over there. I'll be checking it out. Full disclosure, I did not check it out. But if it's coming from
Shocker.
Deadful, it's good enough for me. So subscribe to him, and let's subscribe to Crooklyn Comedy. That's your business. That's free to do. I think you should. Let's be good people. Let's do the right thing. But a shout out to all the $100 sponsors.
No. Actually, no. I guess that was the point, wasn't it? That's why we held on there for a second. But yeah, he does actually have a long list. Ken Mosca. I can't imagine Ken Mosca still likes fucking Chad Zumach. I was going to look through the names. Let's see. Who else is on there? Twinkle, though. I like that name. Vinny Cash. Yeah, I guess Deadful. All right. I guess most of those people seem legit. Whether or not they're still giving him $100 or not. None of my beeswax, right? Dayla, Chad should have to appear on a JBX episode for $100. I agree. At least make an appearance. However long he's on there, 5-10 minutes, something. He's definitely capable of doing so. That's a good idea, actually. They should hit him up next show he does. See if they can get him on there. Because you know how much Chad Zumach loves doing other people's shows. I tried to get him on BYB once upon a time, right after we had our little argument on MLC. When he says that I hit him up to come on our show, he is not lying. That is true. I can report that. Would you have loved to have seen Chad Zumach come on our show, Lemmy, back when shit wasn't so good with him?
No. No,
wouldn't
not
have
really.
liked you wouldn't have liked to shit on Chad Zumach had the chance last year.
Oh, I've liked Chad for a long time. I found him endearing almost as soon as Steel Toe came to YouTube and tried shitting on Chad. I was like, why are you fucking with this dude? Like, he's okay. He seems like a funny guy. Just doing his thing. I've been a fan of Chad for a while.
Fair enough. And all I ever did was slightly tease him, fuck with him. I hung out with Carl there for a minute and Stevie Lou and Ski Mask when we were doing the Tampa papers. That's the only time I really even had any thoughts on him. And then he came on MLC, and the rest is history. I'm sure everyone else can kind of remember that day. It lives in infamy. But I definitely was trying to get him on the show so we could fuck with him afterwards. But he didn't bite. He's too smart to come on a show. He knew what I was after. He got it. He's not a dummy as far as that stuff goes. All right. Today we got just maybe 2 topics we'll go through real quick, and then we'll get it right into the Steel Toe Bingo Show that we're doing now. The Steel Toe Bingo Show. Yeah, we need a theme song or a theme music or something to go with it.
I want some like old school like TV game show music. You know what I mean?
Ooh, yeah,
like
yeah.
Price is Right music.
Right. The price is wrong, bitch. Right. Yes. Good job taking that call. Why? I'm not that. Here we go. That's what I was going to say. Very sus. 45 minutes is a bit much. My mom is the only exception. I kind of agree with that. Indeed.
That's the only person I would talk to for 3 hours on the phone.
Right.
Is my mother. There's no fucking way I could do that for anyone else.
I saw Dayla. Dayla had a funny one somewhere here. I just got to find it. Chat JBX episode. Yes, I agree. I'm talking to the chat. Dayla says Chad Zumach greater than Stevie Lou. Yes, there was a time I thought the opposite, but I would probably give the nod to Chad Zumach at this point. I really do hate Stevie Lou's fucking guts. And keep throwing tomatoes at him, everyone. Indeed. Today, I saw the New York Post actually had a write-up on Anthony Cumia's new book. Did Anthony Cumia fire Gino and everybody so that he could hire a PR firm to push his stuff and quit worrying about compound media? Question mark. Spare me. What a cute little boy. Old pissy eyes. My old man called this little boy a pissy-eyed little bitch. No. Yeah, it is cool to see Anthony killing it over there on Censored. Oh, wait, no, Censored was down today. That was the news I had. That's right. I remember now. Now that I pay for Censored TV, I expect nothing but perfection. So you guys better get with the fucking program over there at Censored. I did after I saw that it was down. The first thought that I had was, did the feds or something? You know what I mean? Like, did the YouTube whatever? I don't even know who is the face of the internet. I know it has been you in the past. You know the other faces of the internet that can possibly shut down someone's server farm.
No. Chris Chan, maybe? I don't know.
He runs the internet.
I mean, he's the most documented man besides Aaron Imholt at this point.
Chris Chan. Yeah, I mean, how many viewers does he get on a typical show?
He doesn't really go live all that often, but do you know who Chris Chan is?
Yeah. The guy that banged his mom or raped her, I guess
Yeah.
I should say, is a better way to put that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
But there's a lot to that. There's a lot to that.
I mean, what do you know? I mean, what I just said is pretty much the accurate version of that, correct? That he
That's not the only
raped his
thing that
mom,
he's
or
known
is there
for.
more to it?
There's a lot more to Chris Chan. Like, he's
Let's hear it.
literally the most documented lolcow on the internet. He was the whole reason Wiki Farms even exists. They created Wiki Farms, or Kiwi Farms, I'm sorry, because of Chris Chan.
So a logging, is that what they call that? A logging started
so.
because of Chris Chan?
Yes.
So he went to prison for a while, and what, they just
Yeah.
started automatically documenting every little thing he did?
No, he's been oh shit. I'm talking about Chris Chan, and the ghost of Chris Chan's fucking my shit up. But no, he like draws comics and stuff, and he's got this whole community, and all these people have trolled him online and in real life. He has like jammed that Sonichu medallion up his asshole. Like, it's fucking. There's
wait. Did you just say he stuck a Sonichu medallion up his asshole?
Yeah, that's where the Sonic. Listen, if we're gonna get into Chris Chan, this might take up the entire episode because there's a lot to this dude.
Okay,
okay. Him banging his mom, who has dementia. That's just the latest thing that he did.
Oh, okay. So before that, he was getting A-logged before the mom banging thing happened?
Way before, years, a decade.
See, what I mean, I think that's the first thing I had ever heard about him, was that he banged his mom. And of course, when I heard that, it did not inspire me to go look into who he was and find out about him. So
he is a big part of like my generation's internet lore. He's kind of a staple. That's a weird fucking guy. Like, he had all these weird arbitrary rules that he would put up. He got kicked out of college for this, first of all. He would put up these like, I'm trying to find a girlfriend things on cork boards, and there would be all these rules, like they have to be like 20 years old, beautiful, this height, can't talk to guys, has to cook, can't be gay, can't ever have dated anybody who was gay. It's the craziest fucking thing in the world, dude. And then he went trans. He was like anti-gay, anti-LGBTQ, and then he turned into a woman, and he's like still anti-gay. It's fucking weird, dude. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, because I think the only pictures I've ever seen of the guy was him dressed up as a lady boy, like Knight Melendez. What's the chance they know each other? Hang out?
Probably not a big one. I don't know how much time Knight Melendez spends on the internet, in the fucking bowels of it.
In the bowels. You're talking about assholes when you say bowels, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
How much time he spends in assholes. Greg Word says, laughing my ass off. That sounds like King Cobra's requirements. Yes.
Him too, dude. Gross.
But that's who I know is King Cobra. And what's the guy that starts with the C? Cyrax. Yes. I've watched a bunch of, and he's a pedophile, right? Cyrax, that guy.
I don't know, but there's a video out there of him like shoving a pen up his ass. And I have been very unfortunate to come across that video, and I scarred myself for life. Scarred like the top of that man's head.
I too have been scarred by the Pod Awful community. That every time you hang out in Discord with the Pod Awful community, the next thing you know, it comes out this video of a guy that they convinced to shove a wallet up his ass. And they love showing that video over and over. I think every time I've hung out with that community, they have shown that video of the guy that they convinced. Because, I mean, obviously the Pod Awful crew, their entire intention is to turn everybody into a lolcow so that they can fuck with them and tease them. Like Aaron, like they have most recently. Jesse PS with Aaron has been, actually, that's been one of the high points as far as I'm concerned, is when those guys have been doing stuff together. Yes. Hey, no. Greg Words, laughing my fucking ass off. Let's see your wallet. No, you're not looking at my prison wallet or any other wallet for that matter. Even no matter where I keep it, it's none of your business. So before You're saying he did or did not like girls well under 20 years old, Lemmy. Your buddy, whatever his name is, Chris Chan.
Pretty sure he's in his 40s.
No, he likes girls well under 20, or like Frankie
Oh, yeah,
McDonald.
I'm sure. He's a lesbian now.
Right. Yeah, lesbians that have dicks like Night Melendez, right? Indeed.
Yep.
All right. Well, maybe we need to do an episode on this Chris Chan. Sounds like you know a lot about him.
Oh
Would you be into
man,
it?
that's like asking somebody to like watch all of the Marvel movies with you. I'm not even kidding. There's so much.
Just too
We
much.
would be here. It's like a year's worth of content. It's like maybe like 2 years worth of content just going over the history of Chris Chan. It's a
Yeah.
lot.
Like I said, if we wanted to do a breakdown, I guess we could do that here.
We could do
It's
that.
up to you because you're the
Highlights.
aficionado, so we would be leaning on you heavily for any information. And it sounds like I would have too deep of a hole to go dig down into. So it would be up to
You
you how much you want the world to know about Chris Chan, or at least our
I
audience.
know. I don't care. I really don't care. If chat wants it, we'll do it. But if they don't, if they're sick of Chris Chan, or if they're in your shoes and they don't know who Chris Chan is, you guys tell us what you want. But
I
I'm
don't
not going
wear
to go
shoes.
out of my way to write a fucking novel about Chris Chan if nobody wants to fucking hear it. There's enough out there about him.
Is this going to be a romance novel, or what kind of novel are we talking here?
It's going to be a hate journal of my journey of doing this.
Which is very unlike where we find ourselves with the steel toe topics, right? We still love steel toe for now. I'm assuming eventually we will get really sick of talking about steel toe, like we did with Stuttering John, for example. Obviously, that is very boring to talk about Stuttering John at this point. So we try to keep it to a bare minimum. But steel toe, there's so much going on with this idiot that it is still fun to talk about. Let's get right into it. Of course,
Okay, hold on.
get out your bingo card, put up your template, and I also have your other bingo card that we can full screen for everyone to keep up with us at home. Indeed. So let me pull that up here. Let's do this. Boom. All right, so we can full screen it just to keep everyone abreast of all the possible categories to mark off as we go through it. But of course, the master key is in Lemmy's possession. You were one away from getting a bingo last night, correct? On the weekly dabble review. You almost got there.
One, man. One.
We almost got to see your O face. And I mean bingo. Not just
Almost.
bingo, O face. Yeah, the Steel Dough Bingo Show. We're doing it. All right. So this is from his membership show from last night. I'm trying to keep all my information straight in my sick brain today. I'll do the best I can, folks. But yeah, so just starting off, shout out to Stalin 19 for this clip. But yeah, this is all about, as you can read, and this is about April maybe should have never done a show and was never cut out for the internet, right, Lemmy? We hear that a lot. The mean internet that April wasn't prepared for. But Aaron was, he was definitely prepared for it because he's never broke down crying on stream whatsoever, not one time. All right. So what do you want to do? Do you want to pause every time that you hit one, or just keep us maybe just we'll stop and you can say which one you clicked off every time you hit one. How's that?
Yeah, sure.
Just
If I notice
scream
it,
at me.
I'll just say I got one.
We got one. Oh shit! We're
got
ripping
it.
off fucking Melton show now. Oh no. We need that. We need the Ghostbusters. We got one. All right, here we go.
Muttering Jay says it's a Carl free summer. I don't know what that means. I don't. I know Chad was shitting on him. That's all I saw. That popped up in my feed. Chad was just taking a flamethrower to who? Keanu, Gino, and Carl. And look, Chad's not trying to get on my good side. Chad's not trying to make me the good guy at all. Chad, I'll give Chad this compliment. Chad does things for Chad. Chad says shit for Chad. Chad does not worry about what person X, Y, and Z on this team or that team are going to think.
Yeah, it's almost like Chad says that on his stream. I'm Boba Fett. I don't work with anyone. I work alone. Fuck everybody. It's almost like maybe Aaron's watched some of Chad's streams. Is that what you're picking up? That's what I'm picking up. A little bit.
I bet he watches all of Chad's streams.
How about Melton?
Oh, yeah. I bet he definitely watches all of Melton's streams. I bet if he misses one, he goes back and watches it.
Well, if you do miss one, right. But that is the thing about going back and watching streams later is you can just fast forward it until you see your face on screen and then start there. So it's not hard just to skip through all these shows and just find where they talk about you specifically and then keep up to date. But yeah, it's very obvious with the kind of stuff that Aaron says that he is indeed listening to lots of these shows. I think that's a good example of it right there, what we just listened to. Chad don't work with no one. Yeah, no shit. You would know that if you watched the show.
He says X, Y, or Z. I respect that about him because I'm the same way. That's what we were talking about on Friday's show. I'm not co-signed with anyone. Steel Toe's independent. There's nobody you can knock out that will take me down. Like these other people have John, or these other people have whatever people they use for content, where if that falls down, boom, they can't stand on their own, like the compound people and things like that. I came here from radio. We gathered enough of our audience, a couple thousand people. They paid us money. We were able to pay the bills, bring some of the people with us. Hey, we were able to keep doing this thing and still are. And business is better than it's been in a long time, which is great.
Oh, wait, I thought you missed your goal today. But we'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, it's kind of weird to hear him say that he works alone, considering that, as of when Gino and Keanu stopped working with you, you started working alone since everybody doesn't want to come hang out with you. Now, is that his way of saying, it was his choice? He's the one that decided to stop working with other people recently, right?
I don't think he has object permanence, because the members only shows are the only shows that this dude does by himself. He's not doing this alone. He does this one particular show by himself. So I'm not sure why he's like, oh, I'm all alone. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're alone right now. But literally every other time you go live, you're with somebody, whether it's Johnny or Matt. You know what I mean?
It's Johnny in the mornings. It's Matt in the evenings. That's what I've seen every fucking show pretty much, unless Johnny's running late or Matt can't make it. Other than that, that's pretty much it. He's got a co-host. So, yeah, I don't know where he invented this one last night. Maybe he assumed that they wouldn't hear that because he was doing the show by himself on a membership mode. I can't imagine they watch his show by himself on Sundays. And his Sunday shows really have just turned into a show about what we should be doing possibly here in the near future, changes. And he's spitballing with the members, which it's so fucking weird. I don't know. What every Sunday show I've seen, he's pretty much been doing that. Do you have any takeaways from those thoughts?
That's pretty. That pretty much sums it up.
All right.
But it's all because we don't have to dance to anyone's tune. We get to play our own music. And I think that's what frustrates a lot of people about us, is they think they're going to get through and then they don't. And they're like, why? Well, it's because we're our own kind of self-maintaining organism. SH says, I like teasing Aaron because he likes it. April was clearly upset by a lot of it. I don't like being mean for real. Usually if I try to be mean, it's because I like you at least a little. I should have never exposed her to this. I should have never made her a part of this. I know she wanted to, but one thing I got to work on in being a partner is I have to be more of a man and be willing to hurt feelings and say, no, this is a bad idea. Be more of a leader, you know?
No, April, you could not play broadcaster. No, that would be bad. You won't like the internet. The internet will attack you, April. You should have been a man and said that.
Can we count this as has an epiphany?
Yes. Yes, I realized today that 5 years ago, I should not have put April on my show. Now, I'm just figuring that out today. Hindsight is 2020, indeed. Oh, God damn you. What is that? Okay, Trump's right here. Member for 4 months. Thank you, sir, for being here. What is that annoying clicking noise on every show? Am I making an annoying clicking noise? Is that me?
Is it the crickets outside of my window?
Oh, yeah, it might be the cicadas. Trump's right here. And also, I know what you're doing. I saw you chipping me in NLO today. I'm up to speed on your games, but also thank you for being a member for 4 months. We do appreciate that. And sorry about your ear, too. That's unfortunate. Or sorry about your person. I don't even know. Okay, so he had an epiphany that he should have never had April on the show. Wow, what a thought. You know better than I do, and I love putting you on the spot for a bunch of questions to answer. And I was thinking this yesterday or like last night, just hanging out watching shows, and I think about Steel Toe a lot. And I was thinking, no, of course I don't actually do that, but I did have a thought about his community. Why the hell is his community in the first place? Why were they so strong at the beginning? Is it mainly just because he got booted off the airwaves there in his local area and he just got a groundswell of support like out of nowhere because he got booted? People didn't like the way he was booted. Like, what was the allure that you're aware of in that whole thing?
I don't know. I can only speak for myself, really. And it's just, it becomes routine, I think. He became a lot of people's alarm clock. You know what I mean? It really did become part of a routine. And like I said before, it's almost like an accidental ASMR where you just hear a radio guy's voice talking about random shit in the news. You know what I mean?
Background noise.
Yeah.
Like,
sometimes you get funny.
I don't know. Like, I used to listen to radio programs in the mornings, and I actually listened to what they were saying. So I do see where he pretty much covers all the same stuff like news radio covers, but in a really, whatever, just very basic bitch kind of way. Old school radio. I just didn't understand, like, why him specifically. Why he thinks he deserves not even that he deserves an audience. How the hell did he end up with an audience? Like, we see how much of a lolcow he is from looking in from the outside, but I don't know how he tricked people. Was he better on, do you think he was better on the airwaves without
I don't know.
seen?
I never heard him on the airwaves. I never was a part of the community. I was in the community when he went to Twitch. That's where I found him. But I think it might correlate with, like, why would April go for someone like Aaron? Because he's just a small town hero loser guy on the fucking radio. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's kind of like the small town loser celebrity, whatever the fuck, for the radio.
Big fish, little pond. I think it's a good way. Yeah, kind of.
Medium fish. Medium fish,
small pond.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lady Slug says, whenever I hear clips of Kumia, I always think it's Aaron. Really? Really? Are you serious? Come on, man. Don't say that. You're gonna make Kumia feel bad about himself. And he can't even go live to fight with you about it because his shit doesn't even work. See, you go behind a paywall and then you can't even make your customers happy. Assholes. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I didn't understand why people would follow this guy from market. If I heard a guy on a local radio station and whatever, I liked his show. If he disappeared one day, I would not think about it ever again and go look for him on Twitch and YouTube. It'd be like, what? But I just wouldn't do that. I just don't understand how he got a following in the first place. A lot of talk. Sorry. I'll just move on here.
Instead of going, no, the modern way with a relationship, just let them do what they like and you love them and support them for it. Sometimes you have to go, look, especially when you're 8 years older. I tried to do this a few times. It would start fights. I would go, look, this is a bad idea. This is going to end poorly. And then she would think I had ulterior motives. So, and sometimes it would work. Sometimes it wouldn't. But like with the show, I should have said, my dad warned me about this too. He said, don't. My mom said the minute you put her on that show, it's over. I said, what do you guys fucking know? And I did. The minute I put her on that show, it was over. The Chad stuff happened. She lost her mind. We had big fights. It almost all fell apart then. It almost all ended. That's when she said, stop putting up clips. You have to be down there less. You have to do less stuff for the show. And you have to focus more on us. And I said, absolutely, whatever you'd like, 100%. And we did, and we got better. And we were really cruising for a while. And then some internet shit would happen again. Or some, ex-wife stuff would happen again. Something would happen. And instead of me being like, no, it's going to be like this and it's going to be okay, I would just try to constantly plug holes in the ship. Putting her on the show.
Plug holes at the Ricadas. Am I right? Oh, sorry. That wasn't good. I'm sorry.
Is a ship named Kayla?
A ship named Kayla. Yes. Sailing the seas of cheese. Yeah. Speaking of Primus. Yeah, so you revealed your tweets, and of course we kind of knew what was happening a year and a half ago. That's kind of around the time the Chad shit was happening, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So about the same time the Chad shit was happening, and we already covered your text, but she was definitely having issues with Aaron right in that same period of time. But her issues with Aaron started long before that, maybe even a year before that. So timeline again on Aaron. Would you argue anything about that timeline he's setting up, that they were having issues during the Chad thing? That checks out, but sounds like they'd already had issues long before that. You go.
Oh yeah. I said yeah. Like
okay.
100% tell that the whole Chad shit really rattled her, and it does check out. And I think he knows at this point that the texts are out, so he's just kind of like, yeah, the Chad shit, it almost fucking ended us then. Like, okay. Then you probably should have figured out a different fucking plan of attack for your family life.
Yeah, it sounds like she wanted to give up the Steel Toe morning show completely. So the money couldn't have been that good at any point ever that she had to say, like, yeah, no matter what, we have to keep doing this because we can't afford not to do the show. It sounds like she was like, yeah, whatever. We all need to do something different. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I couldn't imagine, like, if I were doing something that Granny had a real fucking problem with. You know what I mean? And he told me that he had a real fucking problem with it, and I just kept doing it.
There you go.
Yeah, whatever, dude, whatever.
Jesus, man, there's some people bashing me tonight. What's going on? Oof. No, you talk. You talk. Yeah, Quad, have you ever beaten Lemmy? No, sir. She's lucky. She's all the way across the country, so we can't do that. Otherwise, I would come to your house and I would scream at your garage door. Come outside, you coward, Lemmy. You coward. Get out here.
Go.
Yes.
Was a terrible idea.
And I would attack right now while your man is at rehab. Got her.
I used to go and have lunch with her at work after I was done with the show, and that was a beautiful time. Not to say it wouldn't have.
She would bring her valves and say, look what I painted today, Aaron. Oh, look what I did at work today. I did a project. All right. That was bad. I'm sorry. And now I'm fucking.
You guys fucking know. And I did. The minute I put her on that show, it was over. The Chad stuff happened. She lost her mind. We had big fights. It almost all fell apart then. It almost all ended. That's when she said, stop putting up clips. You have.
All right.
match, and we found out in time.
Sorry, folks. Derailed the show right there a little bit. Been known to happen. And Wi-Fi.
Trolling.
And something
She wasn't cut out for this. And I still pushed it. And I still said, yeah. I mean, she's a big girl. She made her own decision. She wanted to do it. Her eyes lit up. We have that celebration episode we did when she quit her job and was able to come work here. I think it's lost to Twitch forever now, but it's
yeah, I'm sure it was. It was new, exciting, and the internet had not yet attacked her. Pretty much what we're coming down to. She was doing fine and excited about her new prospect up until the time she found out about how cruel the internet could be, correct? Or are we assuming that wasn't quite the issue at hand? Maybe it was more to do with how Aaron is cruel, not the internet. Or both?
I think it was probably, yeah, I was going to say it's probably a good mixture of both.
Unfortunately, again, I probably should have been the adult and said, no, this is not a good idea. Maybe once in a while, but not all the time. Muttering Jay says, did Ape lose her shit when people called her mom fat? We both did. I didn't like that. I didn't think her mom deserved that.
The adult. Yeah, I don't know about all that. I should have been the
Imagine
adult.
calling yourself a fucking shock jock and then saying like, well, no, I didn't like it when you made fun of it. I didn't like it when you called her fat. She didn't deserve that. It's a mother joke. It's literally the oldest joke in the whole world. It's the tamest and joke anybody could ever say to you is a fucking your mom joke.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. He's such a weirdo. But yeah, like he was saying, like, oh, I wanted to be, I should have been the adult in the room. Like as if April's not an adult. They had the capability of making choices for herself. Like, yeah, she might have been excited about it in the beginning, but who knows what actually burnt her out on the entire broadcasting thing. It could have been Aaron just as easily. But yeah, like him trying to say like she wasn't adult enough to know better. So like he puts it on, he's putting it on himself for not being the daddy in the relationship, I guess. Like women aren't smart enough to know that the internet is trash. And maybe, I mean, there might be some truth to that, right? Like she is a small town girl. Maybe she had no idea what was coming her way.
Thought she had big dreams and they were dashed on the rocks. That's what I think.
And I mean, you came from not doing streaming to doing streaming at some point in your life. I mean, what was your experience? Were you blown away by how shitty the internet can be, or is it a totally different experience you've had? Have you had a lot of people fuck with you, etc.?
Oh yeah. My dad like built computers when I was a very, very young kid. Like he was really into it at a very early age. So like so early that he was like buying the floppy disk from that dude that you had to send your address to have him send you the floppy disk of the games.
Yeah, yeah. Right.
Like he was that guy. So I've been on the internet for as long as I possibly could have been on the internet. And I've been on the actual internet since I was like 13 or 14 years old. So I'm familiar.
Yeah, with getting trash on the internet. And you're still here. Look at you being victimized for all these years. And now you're here with me. Yeah. I'm going to either your morale had better improve or else the beatings continue, Lemmy.
I don't know why I'm like my morale is low. I swear to God, all I've been doing all day has been I've been doing Game of Thrones videos. That's it. Maybe that's why I'm just like burnt out. Maybe.
Yeah, it happens to everybody. The best streamers in the world, including yourself. And I'm sick, so therefore we both have excuses. See, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're having excuses. It's happening.
Based on a
conspiracy theory. Thank you everybody for being here.
With what?
So which one?
Based on a conspiracy theory said, did I hurt your feelings? With what?
No.
Specifically.
And also, if you want to play along at home, Little Emmy does have this up on Twitter too, so you can go find that. What's your Twitter handle, Little Em?
0 Little Emmy 0.
There you go, folks. You can go grab one up and get one of your own, print it off, even make it a piece of paper. But yeah, there's all your options. And she's going to be marking them off. How many do we have marked off so far? 2? 3?
2. Well, the
700 million
free
and
space.
1,300 million.
We got the free space and has an epiphany.
Perfect.
Civilians, as far as I'm concerned. I thought that was dirty pool, and all that shit had an impact on her, and she never let any of that stuff go, and it just kept piling up and piling up and piling up. Oh, hey, before I go, I have huge news. I think since Keanu and Gino aren't doing the anniversary show anymore, and we've only got like 45 tickets left, I have an idea. We're almost sold out already. I think we've only got 3-4 more weeks of ticket sales. I think what we're going to do is we're going to make it a Steel Toe family reunion for the 10th anniversary. And I'm going to get as many of the OGs back together as possible. And we're going to let them all, like cut promos and shit and do some stand up and shit like that. And just make it a fun fucking trip down memory lane stage show, because the anniversary show, it got away from me. I started bringing internet friends in.
Which one? What did we get? Sorry, I was slow on the button there.
He grabbed his mic.
Mic check. Mic check. Tighten the nuts. Check it out. Check, check, check. Mic check. Cool. Yeah. And let's do that right now. So yeah, so he's trying to turn his event into something other than what he has been selling tickets for. And if you look right here on the Eventbrite, .com, of course you can look through it and you can see that it's the Steel Toe anniversary party and roast of Aaron Imholt. And indeed, he has 2,000 attendees hosted, 114 followers. I guess that's I know that there's plenty of tickets for sale. But yeah, he has 3 different offers. It costs $10 to play in the cornhole tournament. Is that because did you do that last year?
Oh, Granny did.
I just saw Natclo 2.0 posted a video of that show from last year, and
that wasn't from last year.
The one where they say Granny come to the cornhole court.
I didn't see that one. There was one from like 2 years ago.
Yeah, but I guarantee this is from last year because they mentioned Granny, and Granny didn't show up to the cornhole tournament or whatever, but paid for it. Allegedly.
No, he did. No, he played in the cornhole tournament.
All right, I just heard his name. But yeah, so $10 for the cornhole tournament and $30 for roast tickets. So I wonder how people are going to feel when he does a last minute change into a family reunion. It's no longer going to be what he was trying to set up. Everyone's pretty much given up on the guy. So, wah, wah, wah.
There's like $6 in fees when you buy tickets too. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, I saw that. There's taxes and some other fee that comes with it. Yeah, $3.85 just for a fee, and then $2.40 for tax. That's insane. Yeah, that's like $6, right? Eventbrite doing it, but I don't know. I think that's kind of a shisty thing to do. Here we are a month away from the event to change the entire complexion of it. But
what's he supposed to do?
Right. So Aaron, Johnny, Matt, Oz, Gino, Keanu, and so many more join us for the 10th anniversary party for Steel Toe. We have a cornhole tournament. Blah, blah, blah. And the roast of Aaron live at Stoney's that night. Not so much, not so fast, buddy. Not gonna happen. Not gonna do it. But yeah, so let's go down the list. Johnny probably will be there. Matt will be there. Oz, maybe. Gino and Keanu, no. All the he had all those people were gonna make him videos for like roast videos, which was he was trying to get Red Bar. Red Bar said no. Kevin Brennan said no. Who else was gonna do that for him? Pot Awful. Maybe Pot Awful will be the one guy that actually does it for him. There you go.
Melton did do one, didn't he?
That would be fucking amazing if he did.
He did.
No, that would be funny.
He did a 2-minute one for like 2 minutes. He said, "Do you guys want to see how long a 2-minute fucking cameo is?" And he actually did a 2-minute fucking cameo for Aaron Imholt.
But I thought he did like a fuck around one. Like, what do you say on a cameo? Because I thought he got into it like 15 seconds and then just started like spazzing out and just repeating things. I thought that was pretty much a no-go no matter what.
I feel like that counts.
Okay.
In this
I don't feel like it counts.
Totally counts.
It was pretty It was pretty shitty. But it was funny. The bit was funny, just not the actual video that was made from it. All right, back to what we were talking about. And of course, yes, of course you're going to have to spitball new ideas on your membership show because that ain't happening. Whatever you had planned is done for.
Steel Toe audience doesn't give a about internet friends. The Steel Toe audience cares about the fucking history and the heart of this show.
Then why did you set it up for a bunch of internet people to come in the first place? If that is the true state, obviously he's just trying to spin it and make it a win for the toe. But this is a pretty pathetic attempt. Would you agree, Lemmy?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think he thinks he had a choice. You know what I mean? Because like when he got kicked off radio, he kind of panicked and was like, "What the fuck do I do now?" And Corey was like, "Well, Twitch." When he got kicked off of Twitch, it was the same thing. Well, what the fuck can I do now? Yeah, YouTube.
So you're saying without Corey, he would be nobody? Is that what you're saying?
Honestly,
kind of.
I miss you, Corey. I miss you, buddy. Where are you?
Rest in peace, Corey. Oh wait, no, he didn't die. He just disappeared. That's right.
Hashtag where's Corey?
Yeah, no, I have not seen him go live Twitch talk or doing like stand up. I haven't seen him do anything. Even the Walrus, I was enjoying those little Walrus. I enjoyed watching a guy driving drunk in a big RV doing cocaine. It was fun to watch, and he's still funny even when he's doing horrible stuff. So I'm a fan either way.
Miss you, buddy.
Maybe he wrecked one of them fucking RVs. Jesus. JK, LOL. But yeah, so he's trying to say like, we should have done this from the beginning. Then you could have done that. If it was more important that you hang out with all the people that make up your community, why didn't you just do that in the first place anyway? So it sounds like bullshit. It is bullshit.
And they've let me know that. Since April left, they've been like, the show's back to what it used to be. This is what I love. You know, more of the OGs will come back if you keep doing shit like this. So I got Whiskey Pete to agree to come back. Oz has agreed to come back. And Tom Chilstrom has agreed to come back. Now, all I need is Corey and or Adrian and or Gary. And we have, because we already got Johnny and Matt, couple more OGs. We got Oz, the OG, the first ever co-host. If we can get Corey, Adrian, and or Gary, I think we're going to have a fucking incredible, it's going to be like when WWE brings people back after years. There's just going to be pop after pop after pop. So it's going to be a great party. Get your tickets if you haven't got
pop after pop after pop. I have a feeling nobody should be expecting pop after pop after pop. Maybe just the slight lull after slight lull after slight lull. Whiskey fucking Pete. Never heard of her. Don't know who she is. She sounds awful. Greg Words, you're wrong, motherfucker. I'll set you straight right now, Greg Words. Red Bar said he would Skype in for the roast, LOL. Well, just to let you know, buddy, old pal, Red Bar never meant a word of it. We actually covered that on Friday with Tukey, who hates our guts, which is also making me sad lately. But yeah, so Red Bar said that was a prank to start with, and Tukey didn't care. What a piece of shit. Fuck that guy. What an asshole. Right, Lemmy?
Right.
That was your chance to make a clippable moment, and you failed. You could have said, yeah.
Them yet. Someone says no, Zach, sad. I could reach out to Zach. I could reach out to Randy K. We could get all these fucking people back in there. Sold out crowd. Fucking nostalgia.
He's had a lot of co-hosts over the years then. Sounds like.
Is that a wrist flap?
No, definitely. I mean, look at his wrist right now. Yes, that's a wrist flap. I mean, what is he showing us? His manicure or his like wedding ring tan, or is he just trying to show us how gay he is? I can't tell. He's doing all three at once, though. Yes, wrist flap. Everybody mark it down on your bingo card. Your stildo. Bingo. All right, we got 4 on there now. We're doing it.
Nostalgia pop after nostalgia pop after.
Oh, I mean, come on. You couldn't have got more wristy right there.
Nostalgia pop. So yeah,
I think
the
it's
roast,
broken.
dude. I think honestly, I think the fans would enjoy seeing all the old faces come back for one night. I think, and hanging out with them and drinking with them and doing karaoke and shit. I think that would be a blast. It should be fun. We'll see if I love Tom Chilstrom, Dr. Chow. I really do. I think he's great. But once Pete said yes and Chilstrom said yes and Oz said yes, I went, oh, fuck. I went, this Keanu and Gino, shoving knives in my back over lies might be the best thing that ever happened to this anniversary show. Because all of a sudden I have a chance to basically do fan service the entire night, which is technically what it should be about anyway.
Another win for the toe. Gino and Keanu are gone and stabbed me in the back. That's a win for the toe. Oh, yes. Everything is always a win for the toe, even when your friends leave and never see you again. You're winning again. I don't know. Were Keanu and Gino better as co-hosts than any of those other people he named? And why aren't those other people around? Maybe you for me, Lemmy.
No, Keanu and Gino were not better co-hosts than Corey and Oz. But then I'm biased, first of all. I love Corey and Oz. But I didn't hear that last part. You kind of like went underwater again. Oh, why are they gone is what you asked?
Yeah, no, like he's just had a lot more he's had a lot more co-hosts than I thought he had. I'd only
Some of them are from radio. I think like Gary is from radio. Whiskey, Pete, and Adrian were before my time. So I've only known Corey, Oz, Johnny, and April. And Matt now, I guess. But Matt was doing Savage Thoughts when I started hanging around.
Savage Thoughts. Yeah, none of those sound familiar. Oh, yeah, because Matt's the one that got him he got him a strike or got him kicked off Twitch, right?
Not he got him I think kicked off Twitch the first time, but it wasn't permanent. It wasn't a permanent ban.
Oh, later on he got the permanent ban on his own.
Yep.
And April was there and she held him and he cried in her lap like a baby. Yes, I've heard that part of it. Yeah, me and Greg Words. Corey is a cool cat. He was the only one who gave Aaron shit. Yeah, and he comes into Discords and fucks with us. And he is hilarious. And we are all, I think everybody's kind of a fan of Corey just because he's so gregarious and goofy and likes to fuck with people and just kind of lets you know right up front that he's just fucking with you. So it's all fun. So
Man
he's just one of
loves
those
Guar,
guys.
For Christ's sake.
Right. Yeah, he comes in like Guar does as far as coming in to hang out or doing shows. He's coming in full force, hot and heavy every time. All right. Yeah, so more from last night's what do they call that? Like I said, folks, my brain is a little fuzzy today. So yes,
the
the
members
Steel
only
Toe
show.
Cope show. No, Steel Toe Cope show. That's what I was going for. The
There we
Cope.
go.
Yeah, he seems to cope a lot, especially during the member stream. Seems worse.
Do you think it might be because he's by himself and he doesn't have anybody to hype him up on the side?
Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because all those evil thoughts when he's sitting there by himself start really creeping in, and he doesn't have anyone to talk him off the ledge if shit starts going south. Right. But most of those people are members. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So Danny Crook says, yes, this bingo card idea is art. Yes. They are fans, Lemmy. They like it. Quad is having a stroke. Hey, not true. A dab will do you, if you know what I mean. No, I'm not even doing the merch show. All right, back to it. Has everything that happened made Aaron a better father? Well, according to him, it has, but he has a lot of other thoughts in there besides just that. So let's hear more of the coping from last night.
Why am I the dope who keeps walking into these punches? Why do I keep doing Gino and Keanu? I
love
go,
that. Let's listen to that again.
Why am I the dope who keeps walking into these punches? Why do I keep doing Gino and Keanu? I go, oh, you guys are my friends. Will you help me through a tough time? Sure, I will. Until I hear from the person we really want to be friends with. Forget that they're still living in, the drug den they got arrested in and still living in a polycule.
Are they though? Do we know that for fact? Does he know that for fact? I don't think he does. What do you think, Lemmy?
I don't think he does either. And for somebody who's like dead set on making sure April doesn't talk or her word isn't reputable or scaring her out of talking about anything, he sure is putting a lot of information out there. And for as many times as he has called himself a truth teller, I don't think he's working with very much. I don't think he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah. When someone lies so much that eventually all the lies don't start, they start to like conflict with each other, and then you find yourself trying to spin a narrative. That seems like that's pretty much been 2024 for Aaron. The entire fucking year has been him just trying to put together some narrative that'll make people happy enough to still deal with him. I think it's backfired horribly on him, but he thinks that his audience is still there and still crushing it. So as long as he thinks that, I guess it's the truth, correct?
Yep, it's another win for the two, right?
Right. Indeed.
Kayla walked. But no, we still want to be friends with her, not you, you ugly troll. It is very much high school Mean Girls. No, the pretty girl who's up and makes all the mistakes and then talks shit about you. Not you, you big ugly ape. Oh, okay. I understand. I see how the game goes. I see how the game goes.
We warned you, folks. The coping is level 10. The coping is real. Yes. So he's the ugly girl. Is that a little bit of insight into the polycule that he was the ugly duckling on the edge of the polycule?
Maybe.
Does that kind of feel
maybe he got into somebody else's texts, how Nick wanted to read the text between him and Kayla. Maybe he read the text between April and Nick, and they were all like, maybe they had a separate group text with all three of them in it, and he found it, and they were like, he's such a fucking weird looking squish-bodied fucking freak, man. I don't know what his deal is.
We should try to find a different guy to get involved in this and leave him out.
He cannot hang, bro.
This dork is not cool. Not cool at all.
He's in the fucking corner doing a rosary or some shit.
Right. They just let him come on the bed whenever they felt like pegging him, pretty much. Get over here, bitch. Lay on your belly again. When we find out about that Nick fucking Aaron in his ass, I think Melton is glommed on it. Do you think Melton has been watching BYB and coming up with the same theories that we have been spouting for almost the entire year we've been talking about? Aaron probably is fucking Nick Rekieta. We've been saying that for months, dude. What? Come on, Lemmy.
That is immediate speculation. That's immediate speculation for everybody. They immediately want to think the worst, and the worst thing canonically would be for Nick Rekieta to have fucked Aaron Imholt in his ass, or vice versa, really. Any man-on-man gay shit that happened, that's immediately where everybody goes, because it's the most extreme thing. You know what I mean?
I'll take all the
I mean, I don't even want someone to say they. We all want that to be true. You know?
Yes. Because that would be next level hilarity for sure.
Yeah.
That would be fun. It'd be horrible, but fun and funny. Yeah. Of course. Let's hear it from Aaron himself. Let's get him for a comment.
Nick Rekieta and I are fucking each other.
Yeah.
True. I repeat, that is very true.
True.
We're actually getting some long-winded comments. Maybe we should read. Aaron acting like this was all years ago is nutso cuckoo stuff. Mere weeks ago, he was sleeping in the same bed with these people in the drug den he keeps highlighting. And we have made that point over and over and over and over. The fact that he was not part of the polycule the second he was there at the house. April left to go get her shit. She left him, and where did that leave him? High and dry, literally. While April was very, very wet and ready to go with the other people besides Aaron. And then, of course, Muttering Jay. Behalf of all the women who reported Corey Adam, we have several asks. Acme Comedy Club no longer employ Adam nor allow him to perform there. Adam who? Radio 101 removes his show from their lineup. I assume that's what he's talking about. Corey Adam. So you're pretty much trying to say that he's lost all his gigs down there in Austin? Is that what you're reporting?
No, that's old. That's from Minnesota.
Minnesota, which I know nothing about. You're an aficionado because you went to Deer Fest anniversary shit.
Ooh, yeah, real expert over here. I don't know the
interpersonal
workings. It was so good. Thought about getting matching pineapple tattoo with April.
Oh, I thought you were going to say matching Baldos. Well, you threw me for a twist there at the end.
What, with Mr. Kill Everything?
Ah, shots fired. Man down.
Like
Literally, Mr. Kill Everything is man down last night. That was, I guess that was Saturday night.
I saw a bit of that. I don't want to talk about that. I'm not going to. That's a broken man right there, and I'm not going to fucking. That's fucked up.
Yeah, say what you will about the guy.
Out to you, buddy.
Yeah. Agreed. And who knows? We don't know anything about their relationship. We just know that guy is unbearable. I cannot imagine being a lady and having to hang out with that dude at all. So I'm sure you can relate, right, Lemmy? That guy just seems like an annoying drunk idiot for the most part.
He seems like a cool dude when he's not sloppy ass drunk. I'll say that.
I've never seen him not sloppy ass drunk. I guess that's probably one of the biggest issues with the guy. He always seems like he's plastered, especially, Saturday Night Live. He left his stream and never came back. I don't even know. I wonder if Doom actually has the video from that, or Greg Edwards.
I think he just went to sleep. I think he just went to sleep, man. And
we call that passing out, crashing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fair.
I'm
trying to be nice here, man.
Yeah, another cuck. He's getting cucked as we speak. I bet he's not out there getting laid, but I have a feeling Mazzy Kills Everything is probably getting filled up, if you know what I'm saying.
Numero uno, Josh Denny fan says, Mr. Kill Everything.
Lemmy's making sad faces for. You really do feel sad for the guy.
No, I'm making gross faces.
Oh, okay.
That was
Either
my
way,
inner monologue just going gross.
Yeah. What do you mean she's getting filled up? We're adults here, Lemmy. We can talk like adults. Come on.
He said on MLC he has a Baldo and he
Don't make, yeah, I'm fucking, now I'm stopping it for all the important parts just to say stupid jokes about Husey. Like, don't make me get Husey. I'll bring him in here right now. You watch your back, lady. I'll get him in here and attack your ass.
I see how the game goes. Numero uno, Josh Denny fan says, Mr. Kill Everything said on MLC he has a Baldo and he showed it. Thoughts? He's a ballsy man. He's a ballsy man. Nico says, any insight on Kayla's lawyer? I don't. Look, I know everybody wants to drag me into shit talk and trash talk, and I can't repeat anymore. Nick, Kayla, and April doing worse doesn't help my life. Nick, Kayla, and April getting better doesn't help my life. So if it doesn't cost me anything, I'd like to say I want them to get better and live healthier lives. I want him to get his children back. I want him to value his children more. I want him to do the things that like I will say this.
So if he doesn't want their lives to get worse, he wants their lives to get better, then why did he trash them for the last 3 months straight, relentlessly? Apparently that wasn't the case a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Like, is epiphany much, Lemmy? That's another epiphany. You've already marked it off, but yeah, here we go again.
It is. I was actually going to say, does this count as taking the high road?
Well, I mean, he's saying he's going to take the high road, so yeah, you can mark it down as that. But we already know what tomorrow and the next day brings. There's more shit talk about all of them. So yeah, taking the high road is only something you do in verbal form. It's not actually something.
Yeah, that it's in quotation marks. So
okay, there you go. Yeah, that actually adds up. Slapjaw Timothy Smallwood, $2. Thank you, sir. Quad, do your balls dip in the water while on the bowl? As a matter of fact, Slapjaw Timothy Smallwood, I have a commode chair that keeps me up higher off of the toilet than you sad sacks that dip your balls in the water. So I am a superior pisser, pooper, or whatever you want to say. No, my balls never dip in the water is a simpler way to say no.
After all this and all the wrong I did in not reporting things sooner and not doing more to help those children,
let's not gloss over the fact that, what did you just say? Something about reporting earlier. I should have reported earlier. Well, that says that you reported at all, which you've been saying you did not. So I think we just have confirmation right now from that membership show last night that he did indeed 100% snitch. He is a snitch biatch. Is that one of the things you can mark off there? Snitch, bitch, dweeb, dork. I don't know. I'll have to read through them again.
I'll listen. I'm taking suggestions. These aren't the only. There will be more.
Yeah, I kind of think that snitch is only like a one-time thing. So maybe
I don't know, man. He drops a lot of dimes, man. He drops a lot of fucking dimes.
Made me a better father. And I have done a better job with my kids, and I'm closer than ever. I listen to my kids more than I ever have. And
see, kids, when you get kicked out of a polycule, you snitch on them immediately. It's very cool. Right? That's the kind of stuff he's teaching his kids.
And Peter Sky Parker says, aha, so you did report it. Well, I mean, I talked about it on the show after his Coke stream. I kind of that kind of counts as reporting it. I mean, I'm talking about it openly. I was named in the search warrant, for Christ's sake. But yeah, it's made me a better dad. And that's the difference between pulling the nose of the plane up just in time and crashing that mother of the mountain. Now, he walked away from the wreck. I want to see him rehab and get better. But I pulled the nose of the plane up just in time after doing terrible, awful, disgusting, depraved, degenerate things.
You could almost say he pulled out just in time. Oh, I'm sorry, Lemmy.
Just like I said, same thing with Gino and him losing his job. It doesn't make my life any better to watch him do poorly. Plus, he hasn't been the mean one, the nasty one, you know. And let's be honest, the liar. I mean, let's be honest. We provided the receipts on this show. So far, it's been remarkably dishonest. But I get it. Like, steel toe.
It's been remarkably remarkable, has it not, Lemmy?
It has
Remarkable. There you go. All right, let's pull you up. Let's see what we got going here. Yeah, I think we need to check in. Yes. Wow, we got a good line going right in the middle there. Yep. All right. We need to work on this. We don't have them. We need more. More. You're correct. We need to play more clips so we can get more marks. Correct.
So, like, hating steel toe clout is something some people need. There's only one of them who does it with success, though, and that's Melton. I was reading Kiwi.
Wait a minute. Did he just give Melton credit for that? I thought he was trying to give Chad all the credit and none going to Melton. Did he just defy his own words from recently with Chad being the victor? I thought he gave Chad a lot of the credit and kind of left Melton out.
Listen, him giving Chad credit or giving Melton credit for all of this stuff is his way of like showing his belly. You know what I mean? He's trying to have a foot in the door. You know what I mean? He's trying to not antagonize either of them to go after him. So he thinks if he says like complimentary things to them that they won't.
Right. And
or be less.
I don't think that's the case. What do you think? I see no reason that they're going to back off.
No, I don't either.
But yeah, I would agree with that. Definitely. That he does not want any more heat. It's been bad. He got his moment in the sun there. Unfortunately for him, it was a totally negative story. I'm sure he would have preferred it was something else that people glommed onto him about. But you get what you get. Don't throw a fit. But yeah, Melton, I think he's just thrown in the white flag, the towel, throwing in the towel.
Kiwi Farms, and they had a great point. They're like, it's so sad to watch people be steel toe A-logs. They sit there and watch him take a sip of water and go, the mask is slipping. I thought that was a really good one. From a website that thinks I'm a total, by the way. So I'm not sitting there going, oh, they really like me. They don't. Like I said.
Can you imagine thinking you know what people are doing and how they look at your show? It's insane. Like, even the people that are here fucking with us, like, I have no idea. They might be people I actually know from Discords and talk to. They might just be assholes in the comments, you know, like, who knows? It probably is that sometimes. But yeah, he has no idea who's doing what. But he definitely has a crew of people now that hate his fucking guts. Do you think Kiwi Farms is kind of like that? When they find someone they hate, they really hate them, or are they just impartial nerds?
Kiwi Farms is usually impartial nerds. Some people have vendettas. Some people get emotionally, attached or detached or hate these people. But for the most part, it's just for like, I need this to be, and it's usually because they get caught up in lies so much that they're like, this needs to be documented so I can go back and reference this when I know he's going to lie about it in the future. I've seen this behavior. It's usually an objective thing with Kiwi Farms, in my experience.
They're just there to report the news.
Yeah.
Whole thing's made me a better dad. Whole thing got my family back, man. That wedge she drove between my dad and I, and my cousins and I, and my family and I.
Yeah, a lot of people did say that it was April that drove the wedge between them. I guess that's one way to put it. Who knows? Who knows what that relationship looked like? I am kind of curious, though. If she was a wild woman coming straight out the bar and was a little low, like a low class trashy chick, and he seems to be, the dad does seem to be like a church going uppity type guy, so that might actually be the case. But I don't know. I guess if you chose her, you're stuck with her, right? So I
think a lot had to do with how young she was. She's like 6 or 7 years younger than this dude. 8 years, I think, actually.
Yeah, she just turned 30 recently, right?
Yeah, could you imagine? I mean, could you imagine him bringing home some like fucking 20-year-old or some shit? I don't know. I feel like my dad would be like, excuse me, you're about to ruin your life.
Yeah, especially considering he just knocked up Ashley, right? And then was like,
oh my God.
Later, enjoy the kid. I'm out.
That's unfortunate.
That's a mean trick.
I'm so glad to have them back and to hear them say they're glad to have me back. And then, I really could have lost my kids. And
I mean, he never said that he didn't have the kids at any point, right? Like, it sounds like he's saying he did not have them at some points. I'm very curious to see if he had like multiple weeks on end where she like Ashley wouldn't allow him to have the kids. I'm curious about that at this point. Do you know anything, or have you heard anything about that?
Nope.
Curious though. The way he just said that, it made it sound like he didn't have his kids there for a minute. I mean, we can listen to that again. Let's hear what he said.
My cousins and I and my family and I'm so glad to have them back and to hear them say they're glad to have me back. And then, I really could have lost my kids. And if we would have bought that house, I have no doubt that the mother of my children would have tried to get the kids. And she should have. She should have. The woman I'm with now said, I would have done the same thing. I would have tried to take those kids away from you immediately. So again, pulled the nose of the plane up just in time. But instead of hating me or instead of, despising me for whatever they think I've done, and I have ratted them out and ratted myself out and all that stuff. I get that. But like, look at me as an example that you can still turn this thing around. You know what I mean? Like, I really do. I would still to this day be like, here's the steps you can take to get back. I said that to Kayla when she got out of jail. I said to her, I go, do this, do that, and you won't, nothing will happen to you. You'll be fine. You'll be on the roads to getting your kids back. And she's kind of like, I'm getting help and you don't have to worry about it. You got out, remember? You saved yourself. And I'm like to, it was an offer to help you as well, but I can't help.
I want to see those texts so bad. Do you believe that those texts exist where she was like, you got out, you took care of yourself? Like, I do not think that's how she worded any of that stuff. I highly doubt it, at least, that's the case. It was, as we know, he's the one that got booted from the situation. So
you from the inside, I can't be attached to that. I'll lose my life. I'll lose my children. I'd rather get made fun of on the internet and be told I'm this terrible, awful, monstrous guy by people with an agenda, but have this loving relationship with my children and this loving relationship with my family and hopefully a budding, healthy relationship with a woman. I'd rather have all that and get made fun of on the internet than the opposite, which is nobody on the internet knows. We're all living in this fucking deranged polycule where drugs are everywhere and children, 8 instead of 5. And I lose everything. And by the way, they didn't need me to make that case. They were ready to roll already. I was the cherry on top, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty much saying that he was the catalyst for them to go in there. No, they already had a case. So how do you know they already had a case? Like, you went in there and you were like, hey, did you ever hear about this Nick Rekieta doing cocaine with his wife, Kayla, and they have kids in the house and guns? Like, how did you approach the authorities would be my question, to find out that they already had a case against them. That's very suspicious.
Very.
Yeah. Right. I mean, he's pretty much just flat out saying that he definitely is the snitch, the reason. So yeah, you got out just in time to be pissed off and go down to the police and tell them everything that's going on in the drug house, the house of ill repute, as they say. It sounds like they may have never gotten busted if it weren't for Aaron. That's kind of how I hear it.
I've got mixed feelings on that.
I mean, explain. Do you actually believe that there was a case sitting there just waiting for Nick?
Yeah. I mean, sure. Yeah, if you're buying like 25 grams worth of cocaine at one time, yeah. You know what I mean? Somebody's watching your ass. If you feel so that emboldened to buy that much cocaine, you've been doing it for a while. You know what I mean? And cops aren't dumb. They know where the hot spots are. They know who's dealing drugs. You know what I mean? Just because a drug dealer is on the streets dealing drugs doesn't mean that they aren't, every single move that they make aren't being studied, because you don't just go in and bust a fucking drug dealer. You got to do like
surveillance,
recon work. Yeah.
Right. Which they didn't do in Pennsylvania, right, people? All right, I got that out. I feel better. Do your due diligence, folks. Do it all. Do it correctly.
Recovery is possible for people who want it, said Spectre. It is.
Right, Granny? Just like Granny. It's possible. Yes.
It is. But you have to want it. And you have to say you have a problem. SH says, no jokes. I'm glad to hear that your kids and extended family are on good terms again. Kermie says, it's funny now all the people calling April Megamind are now simping for her. It's because they hate me. And also they said all kinds of things about her and drugs when she would show up on the show in rough shape. You know, they would say all kinds of things about her sexually, call her all kinds of terrible names when she showed up with that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what you mean? They said all kinds of mean things that were very, very accurate and perfect, like spot on, even though you guys were lying about it.
April was on drugs when she came onto the show, disheveled and on drugs.
And filled with Nick Rekida's jisms.
Oh,
Exactly. Exactly.
That swimsuit on, stated their goal was to drive her from the internet, and then when they did, they celebrated. But because they think that like complimenting her somehow impacts me, which it doesn't. That's the beautiful thing about divorce. They do that now. It's been gross. Like I said, I'll put my character up against any of these people, and my character is severely damaged. Still better than all of theirs. That's why you got to have a real life outside this shit.
Have you ever gone outside when the weather's nice and enjoyed the park, Lemmy? Do you get outside?
No. Fuck the sun, dude. You see this pasty white skin? Do I look like I go out in the fucking sun, man?
Not a lot, but maybe a little. Don't you want to stop streaming so you can go outside and breathe the fresh hot air outside? Like Aaron does.
No, it has been pretty nice outside. It was a very nice day. It only rained 3 times today, so.
And I highly fucking doubt Aaron does much outside. I can't picture that's a thing. All right, well, we got a couple more clips. Let's bomb through these. This is from this morning. And of course, the Steel Toe Streak Show. And what I mean by that is he missed the goal, folks. Oh no, 2 weeks in a row, Monday has missed the goal. So let's watch this one. I don't know. I almost think that he heard everything people were saying about how pissed off he got last week and yelled at his audience. I think that he took that in because his reaction this week was nowhere near that. That other one was way over the top, but he was way more mellow on this one today. But let's check it out. His failings. Yes, watching Aaron miss the goal doesn't benefit us any, does it, Lemmy?
To a serviceable spot so that we don't have to get out of here in 30 seconds. Oh my God. $5 from Jay Warren says, get yourself something nice at Menards. $65 away. We're so agonizingly close, I should say. 15 seconds to go. $65 away for today. You have
Great value of a steel toe show at Menards.
You have got to be fucking shitting
crazy
me.
Smile.
All right, guys, we got 15 seconds left.
I do like seeing him spaz out a little bit right before he knows he's going to miss the goal. That's the pre-missing goal Aaron that we love. Yes. I don't know. Do you ever notice anything like particularly that he does every time he's about to miss a goal?
Sometimes he will lift his leg up on his chair and like sit weird like that.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? He'll
Getting
do that.
a weird
He'll
bird pose.
Yep. He'll do the leg shake real hard.
Yep. Zachi. Yeah. He does not like missing the goal.
Let's see if we can do it. 65 is the number. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mizzle T Shizzle with $5 says Aaron's gay. That gets us down to 60. We'll do a quick refresh of everything here and see if we got there. I don't think we did. We might have missed by 60 today and taken an L. 60, not too bad. Not the end of the world in exchange for a half hour off. Just depends on how this refresh goes. Nope. We're good. We're done. That's it for today. Missed by 60. So we're going to hold on.
So wait a minute. He's happy to miss it so he can take the next half hour off? Like, is that his goal, to not hit the goal so he can take the last couple minutes off, you think?
No, that's him being very passive aggressive and panicking.
And of course, now that we've watched Johnny realizing he needs to do something for himself and talking about it on his stream, we're hoping that do you think people are sending Johnny money now on the side during these shows?
I hope so. I really do hope so. And I hope in the comments, the caption, you this is for you, buddy. This is for you. You know what I mean? Don't give any of that dumbass.
Right. And I have seen people over on Johnny's stream being very, very generous. Keep that up, folks. If you're part of that scheme to not give Steel Toe money, but go over and watch Just Kidding LLC on Twitch and on YouTube. Check him out during the daytime. It's a very good show. Very, very good show.
We're going to restart the streak. I'll do it after the show. Fuck it. Wow, we start today with an L after kind of being strong all show long. That really eats a fat cock.
Aww. More sad, Aaron. I don't benefit any by watching Aaron fail. Yes. And we got the last one. This is from today. TV's Will Heron. Yes, thank all the Clippers for all the work you guys do. Major shout out to Stalin 19, My Lost Interest, TV's Will Heron, Dooms Paya. All you guys were
Citizen Am.
Yep. We're waiting for some Citizen M clips to come out, videos. Hopefully he finishes them up and puts them out soon. We can't wait.
Listen, you got to cut Citizen M some slack, because I bet you he's probably made about 4 videos that he's had to scrap because new shit keeps happening.
Actually,
So-
I know for a fact that is the case.
Oh.
He has said that. He has like a bunch of shit he's trying to put together, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And then we were just talking about that the other day. Like you get to a point, and then you just got to give it up because the news has come and gone, and it's kind of passed you over, like you just said. Exactly. That is it with the Clippers. So yeah, they can waste a week trying to put a video together, and then it's the next fucking weird thing happens. And with especially with Aaron, that's been happening a lot. So it's like every week brings us a new news story, never ending. All right, so this clip is titled "The Water Isn't Out of the Leaky Boat Yet," and I found this one kind of interesting from today. So let's bomb through this one, and then we'll probably call it a day. So let's see if we can mark up that bingo card before we get out of here with this one. Come on, Aaron, be a total lolcow for us.
I don't know about everybody else, but thanks to hanging around Aaron, like August is about to be one of the greatest months for me.
I watched it. I watched the need and the want to be, online and to be on the show. I watched that destroy a human being. And as it destroyed that human being, destroyed parts of me too. Like just the like if something went bad on the internet, it was going to go bad for me. You know what I mean? That kind of a thing. Like somebody, and I think this is normal for guys in relationships. When women feel like they're wronged about something, but that thing isn't around, they'll just get after the person that's closest. Maybe I've dated back.
Oh, Lemmy, is that true? You fucking cunts. Is that true? Is that how you bitches really are? Jesus. Tell us, Lemmy. Is that what do you attack? Are you going to attack me now? Just out of for no reason. Not because I just called you the B and the C, but for other reasons, of course. I'm the closest. Go for it.
No. Oh my God. I can't imagine living with a man who kicks a fucking hornet's nest and then bitches when his girlfriend is like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, what's your fucking deal? What's your fucking problem? Just be tough. Get back on there. Ignore the haters. Ignore the trolls.
Get thicker skin.
Yeah. What's wrong with you, bitch? Why can't you just be tough?
Oh my God.
That's pretty much what he did to her too. I remember. And then he would read the next horrible comment and the next horrible comment on purpose. Like you've always pointed that out more than anyone. How often he read the worst possible comments in the chat to fuck with her, and he did it over and over and over again just to annoy her. And he did it too. So he didn't just kick the hornet's nest to begin with. He just kept kicking it over and over and over to the point where she left. She gone.
He kicked it at her. Like, here is a hornet's nest. Here.
You're on your own. Good luck fighting the internet.
Had people before. Maybe I've just picked, partners that weren't very, matched up to me. No, you don't say, Aaron. But yeah, there was that. If something went wrong, batten down the hatches.
She was a fan. You tried to turn her into your girlfriend and make her worship you, but in the end, she ended up hating you. That's how that works. When she saw behind the curtain, the wizard wasn't all that awesome. He's just some nerd sitting there in front of a computer, just like the Wizard of Oz. You peel back that curtain, and boy, oh boy, what a surprise. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she thought he was the big guy, but nope.
Hide because it was going to be on you somehow. Like it would be, she would talk about how she was mad about that thing, and you just say the wrong thing in response to that, and it's on, and now there's a fight. And that's, people seeing how shitty this was to me and like being mean about it, like just be like, this will break them, they're done them. I appreciate the sentiment, and that's very kind and it's very humbling. I don't share that opinion, but if my fans have that opinion, I'm also not going to run away from that. I just like I said, I hope it doesn't cost me anything to wish people well. And
performing comedian.
And not only that, but I feel like they were like terribly lied to cause this change because someone's covering their own ass. But people like that get theirs in the end. I mean, I do believe that, well, I know some things behind the scenes, and like, let's just say the water isn't out of the leaky boat yet, as it were.
So yeah, I don't know if you heard that, But I mean, it sounds like he thinks that there's other shoes going to be dropping. Do you think he's referring to April getting charged with something at this point?
I don't know. I don't know how he would know any of this stuff, honestly.
And most of the time when he gets information, it's lies. It's like it's someone that sent him an email that was a fake was lying about who they were and what they're and it's just nonsense, lies, and he falls for it every fucking time for some reason.
Or he could just be lying because he's a fucking liar.
Right. Which would fight the fact that he keeps saying that he doesn't want to trash them because it doesn't make it any better for me when I trash Aaron. When I trash April and Kayla and Nick, it doesn't help me at all. So why would I do that? Yeah, well, sounds like he can't wait for the next thing to drop so he can say it. That's what it sounds like to me. From what I hear, there's more coming out. And I can't wait to trash all of them again. You know that's what he's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Stop Big True and says, does Gino know how to do a show anymore? Well, yeah, I think he's still doing shows. They're just on YouTube. Go ahead.
He went to YouTube a while ago and started doing stuff on YouTube. He's not unfamiliar with it. I just think for someone who's used to coming into a studio and having it just kind of all run for you, it's going to be a lot different to literally be the guy doing it all day in, day out, finding the content, prepping everything, doing everything. I mean, he's not going to be able to afford to have guests. So unless he has people willing to come on and help him out, it's a shame he doesn't have anyone in his life that would have been willing to be like, oh yeah, dude, I'll jump on, buddy, and just hang out with you for a bit to like help out.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a shame he doesn't know any people that would have been willing to do that at the drop.
Too bad that he didn't have really good friends to.
Yeah, Gino, if you need any guests, you got a couple right here. No. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think about all that? I think he has guests available to him, right? Am I missing something?
I bet if he asked Stevie Lou, he'd pop on.
No. Anyway, Stevie Lou, huh? Wow, that's amazing. No, I think it's hard to say, but Stevie Lou has not been on MLC lately. I'm assuming it's because of work stuff. So maybe he is actually busy in the daytime now. I'm guessing. That's a guess. Yeah, who knows? Get
his back when shit wasn't going well. Nice. Annoyed Wawa supervisor Gino is in his 50s and an unemployable drunk. Hey, what happened to the word allegedly? I think but he's about to.
Oh, and the other thing was doing a production. I know everybody knows he brought in stories and shit and stuff to talk about on In Hot Water. So no, he actually knows how to look for content. You know what I mean? It's not anything new to him. I think that's bullshit.
To get married should be saved for people that still have the room to make mistakes, not someone who Scrooge McDucked into them. Wow. Bigot on socialist media says, I don't know about Destroy. They might have to get a job in retail or something. Dude, I think it would be so funny to watch Gino work at like a men's store. Like, and just like every once in a while, just start railing about. If you want this suit, Fauci wore a suit like this to the Senate while he was lying to people. And he's a piece of guy. Like, Gino, we've talked about this. Just take it easy.
Sir, this is a men's warehouse.
Atlanta. You're going to know that these guys were traitors. I guarantee it. Lander says, Gino is so loud and full of shit, he could be a carnival barker at a shitty state fair. He always has that. I have to say this. Those guys who travel in those campers from town to town doing those carnivals, they make like decent money, I think, don't they? They just don't have any time to spend it.
To make decent.
So, I mean, does this come out like he was saying, like, oh, yeah, Gino really hasn't said much or come after me? Does this sound like Aaron just not trying to go back at Gino, or does this sound like Aaron taking his best shots at Gino and trying to be like undercover a little bit about bashing him?
I think he does that a lot to a lot of people. Like, that's what I mean by like passive aggressive. He'll say those little digs, like earlier when he was like, yeah, what does Gino losing his job bring anything good to my life or whatever, you know what I mean? Just little pot shots like that. But I don't think he wants to really fuck with Gino, because again, like I said earlier, he wants to like try to keep a foot in the door in his Weasley little way.
Yeah, and as we know, time can heal wounds like that. We've seen plenty of little internet beefs, and people forgive each other and go back. Like whatever. We've seen Raymond on MLC lately, so anything's possible.
Isn't money you have to, like, just trade up a piece of your soul in terms of living like shit and kind of overall being a piece of shit? Because you're making your money off of like twisted games and janky rides.
Gino has latched himself to Garrett, Steve, and Drew.
That's a mouthful from Johnny Rippin. I'm surprised. That was his diss track, huh?
I was completely derailed from what Johnny said by what Aaron just said.
Yeah, let's back it up.
Kind of overall being a piece of shit. Because you're making your money off of like twisted games and janky rides.
Yeah, so he's pretty much calling Gino a piece of shit, which is whatever. I don't know if has Johnny and Gino ever really dealt with each other. I don't remember them running into each other very much. I know Johnny was on Keanu's stream not too long ago, but that's all I know. I mean, has Johnny ever been on a Gino stream? I'm not aware of one, or
not that I can recall. Yeah, no.
Right.
I don't remember like either of them talking shit about the other one, or like even mentioning the other one, really.
Well, there you go. There's a first then. It happened. So, I mean, Johnny's just flat out taking Aaron's side in a lot of these battles for no reason, it seems like to me. All right, so let's see what Aaron says here.
Gino has latched himself to Garrett, Steve, and Drew. Oh, God. Then you got to pay more people? God, it's going to be tough. I wish him the best. Streamlabs.
Yeah, that's insane. That's such a fucked up thing to say. They have been working. How long has In Hot Water been a thing at the Compound Media?
Yeah, like 2014, 2015, 2016, I think. Or maybe 2018. 6 years, 8 years.
Have Garrett, Steve, and Gino been working together damn near every day?
Yeah, for like 3 or 4. Okay, I think Steve started right when the pandemic started, so they probably definitely have 4 years together, the three of them, minus Aaron Berg. Plus Garrett was there and Gino were there since like 2016. So yeah, they've been working together a lot. So yeah, Gino glomming on to Steve and Garrett. Well, actually, I would say that they all kind of benefit each other when it comes to the grouping.
It's called having a community. It's called having a community, Aaron, which is something you know nothing about, buddy.
What are you talking about? They're having a family reunion, a steel toe family. It's a family, Lemmy. What don't you get?
Sure. All of the co-hosts that have either been fired or quit, sure. Have fun with that. Have fun with that, dude. Let's see if Corey shows up, or Adrian, or Gary. Let's see if they show up. And why won't they is a better question.
Maybe they've had enough of the toe.
PayPal super chats. $2 from Los Federal. God, the audience is much more unforgiving about this Keanu Gino stuff than I am. Gino's so broke he can't even afford to pay attention. Whack, 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 whack. $4.99 from Red Fox Mad says Gino and Keanu turned on the toe for clicks and views. They were never friends with us. No, and that's the other thing. I've definitely learned my lesson. No internet people getting invited over. No internet people getting invited to shows. No internet people being quote unquote friends. Now, do I think
I mean, that's easy to say now that it's all falling apart right in front of his face. But yeah, right. We know that's not what he really wants. He would love to have all these people around, all of them. He benefited from Chrissy coming around. He's benefited from all of that he got probably from Compound starting doing shows with them. Even when we had him on the show the first time, they had a shitload of heat. Fucking, that was one of our first big shows that we ever did because people were very interested in steel toe at that time. They had just started working for Compound, and yeah, they were carrying some heat, but it was a lot of Compound heat because they just had made friends with all of those people. So no, I don't agree with what he just said. He definitely benefited from all of the internet stuff. Would you agree with that, Lemmy?
I could probably agree with that.
Gino and Keanu have been snowed and lied to and manipulated. Yes, of course. I know who they're dealing with. But at the same time,
is that a shot at April? I know who they're dealing with. I know who they're dealing with. Yeah. So that was a shot at April, everyone. You saw it.
Do you think that Aaron thinks that both April and the Ricadas are gonna start communicating with Keanu, or that they already are?
I somewhere in his mind, he doesn't actually know. I can't imagine that. Ever since the Keanu thing happened, I highly doubt that they're talking now. So, is there text messages? If there are they just like, yeah, thanks for everything, guys. Later, or do you think it's more untoward than that? Makes me wonder. Why do you think the Ricadas might be talking with Keanu?
No. I don't think that. I just think Aaron seems like one of those paranoid guys that would go straight into that.
In his mind, think that?
Yeah, because April is there at the Ricadas in his mind. She's still in the polycule. You know what I mean?
Right. Even though we all kind of highly doubt that at this point, right?
Yeah. I mean, even if she is, like, who fucking cares? Go, girl. Get your fucking nut.
Yeah, whatever. I'm sure she can be part of a polycule and go look for new guys, too, all at the same time. I'm sure they're all cool with that.
You know one thing from high school.
She's probably picking up dudes and taking them home to the polycule. Yeah, gross. Think about that, folks.
And this is very high school. When the blonde pretty girl cries and the big scary ugly guy yells, everyone believes the pretty blonde girl. So I don't take that personally. I get it. I understand it. I've lived it. I hear it. It's not something.
He has lived the big ugly girl lifestyle for a long time.
Could that be considered claiming he was abused?
Again? Yes. Yeah. For the bingo card, absolutely. Abused. He was abused again.
If you would have played the end of that fucking missed the goal episode, I would have gotten bingo because he did shame his chat about it.
Okay, I got that clip from Reddit, and I did play the whole thing. There maybe is a different clip you saw that had more. But yeah, he always kind of shame him a little bit to a point.
Always.
Yeah, we're almost there. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. All right. See, I pulled up the wrong clip. That's my bad. I'm not a good producer. That's what happens.
Something that really upsets me.
Yeah,
anything like that.
I can't blame him. Hell, I only believed the little pretty blonde girl originally.
Oh yeah, her last ex was abusive and angry and terrible. Turns out he's like Mr. All America. It's like
turns out like he's exactly like Aaron. Aaron, exactly like Aaron. She picked maybe Aaron's not the one with the bad picker. Maybe it's April. Ayo.
What a guy. What a decent bloke. And then she makes out in front of him at a comedy show with another guy.
I brought you breakfast in bed, sweetie. Why are you abusing me? The abuse.
Asked Chrissy and Lila if they would ever come to Minnesota to be in a steel toe comedy show again, and they both said no. That's fine. That is totally fine. Look, the girls will stick together. No matter what happened to the guy, no matter what happened to the girl, the girls will stick together. Like I said, a pretty blonde girl cries. There was a great quote I saw this weekend. Women cry to hide their mistakes. Men smile to hide their pain. It's very, very, very true. You guys are a lot mean.
So yeah, like he's once again trying to make himself the victim, always trying to morph what happened into him being the victim, even when it comes to the allegations of domestic violence. It's amazing that yeah, isn't it weird how people automatically believe the lady is telling like, hey, this guy's hitting me? Isn't it weird that people believe that to start with? Yeah, weird, huh?
A little
It's
bit.
a good starting point, isn't it, Lemmy? To believe
Yeah.
the lady. To try to like you believe her and then you sort it out. But yeah, that's a good starting point. Believe the lady. Yes.
Than I am on this whole thing. Like my whole thing is leave them alone. They got their own problems. They got their own shit they're dealing with right now. Like they got to focus on that stuff. You know, all that stuff's going on. They don't need me barking and yipping. All I ever did was correct the record, and I know that's embarrassing, but it's I just felt like I needed to. God's note.
Corrected the record. I don't remember him correcting the record. Do you, Lemmy? I remember him spinning a narrative.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what record are you talking about anyway? There's so much out there at this point. He could be referencing pretty much anything. But all he was talking about before was how he's kind of like the victim of the entire situation. So him coming out and correcting the record with Gino and Keanu, that's what he's talking about. I don't know that he corrected any record. They both have their own stories, and pretty much Keanu believes April. Like, what record did you correct? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, everything that's out there points to you being a domestic violence abuser. So what else are we supposed to go on other than what we've seen that's factual, like in court documents, etc.
Yeah,
text messages to Lemmy.
I wonder if sending Kayla's nudes to Gino and Keanu is considered correcting some sort of record.
Right. Or is it just revenge porn, which is totally illegal? Yeah.
He could listen, if this actually does turn out to be revenge porn and somebody does decide to press charges, he could end up on a fucking sex offenders registry for that.
Yeah. Mark his house on a sex offender registry. Yes,
That's
not safe.
up.
That could fuck up his kid stuff too.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. I would be paranoid as fuck when it comes to. I think Kayla is going to be the dark horse in this, man. I really do. Like, nobody has asked her opinions. Nobody is curious about her opinions. Everybody seems to forget about little old Kayla, man. But she was there the whole fucking time too.
Right. Yeah. Obviously, we can't wait till we get on the other side of this criminal case that the Ricadas are facing, because then I'm sure we'll actually, during the court hearings, we might even hear it. It's might be explosive. I'm excited. Very juicy gas coming forth, possibly. So much Baldo and Nick Ricada talk coming to us soon.
With $5 says, perhaps it isn't internet friends and it's your discernment and choices and behavior. I mean, maybe I am the one who left to rescue my family and save my children from the terrible mistakes I was making, and I pulled the nose of the plane up in time while the rest of them called me terrible names, told me to K myself, and then kept doing it until they got arrested. But you're right. I'm definitely the problem. Gods.
Man, there's so much to unpack in that last 20 seconds. Can we listen to that again and break that down? Because he admits to things unknowingly and just says way too much right there. Let's hear that. Break it down.
And behavior. I mean, maybe I am the one who left to rescue my.
Did he left to go rescue his family? Or was, yeah, go ahead, Lenny. You answer it. You know.
Yeah. He left the house while April gathered her shit.
Exactly.
And left.
Yeah, every time he says this thing, like I left, it drives me insane. That's the one that bugs me most out of all of this. I left to go take care of the kid. No, the kids were with you at the Coke House. There's no other way to say it. You were there up till the point where April left your ass. Period. End of story. All right. Yeah. I hate that. All right, next one.
My family and save my children from the terrible mistakes I was making, and I pulled the nose of the plane up in time while the rest of them called me terrible names, told me to K myself, and then kept doing it until they got arrested. But you're right. I'm definitely the problem.
They told you to K yourself, and then you called the cops and snitched on them. Yes. Yes, that's pretty much exactly how it went, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, you got booted from the situation, like we explained. And then you got your revenge, which was snitching on them. Indeed. Right. Good play, Aaron.
God's node. Thank you. You got to have your moral compass is so I'll be surprised if you could make it to the parking lot, if that's your take on it. No, all of my I haven't lost a single real friend throughout this whole thing. They've all been great. Johnny, I've even gained a few back.
Wow. We were never really friends.
Yeah, of course.
I've just been doing this for the comedy show.
Yeah, and also I got my family back, man. I got my parents and my cousins and all of those people back. So
it was like playing a country record backwards. I got my dog back. I got my parents back. I got my car back. Right.
I'm gonna let that speak for itself. God's note. Oh, by the way, speaking of the anniversary show. Since the treacherous abandonment.
Treacherous. All right. We've heard enough of this guy's ramblings, nonsense. We already played that much. And we did not get a fucking bingo, did we, Lemmy? Son of a bitch. Let's look at this closer for the last time. We were so close on that one row. We almost had it. Son of a gun. Come on, Aaron. You could have done just that much better. Right. Do that again, Lemmy. Hold on. Do that again.
No, I'm not doing it again.
Son of a bitch.
No.
Come on. Play the game. All right. I was going to say that's all April asked for in their relationship was just that much more. Just that much more. All right, people. We're getting out of here. Like I said, this has been a sick stream. I have been sick lately, and I'm hoping by Wednesday I feel good, but something tells me I will not. So be it. We'll struggle through a couple more episodes till I feel good. Other than that, check out Lemmy. Always check out Lemmy on Twitch over there. What kind of show do you do over there in the mornings, Lemmy?
It's not really a show. It's usually just a nice morning hang, man. Like I play some music. Ants Canada didn't upload until yesterday. They usually do it on Sundays, but they uploaded yesterday, and I don't stream on Monday, so we're going to be watching it tomorrow morning. So music and ants, coffee, and maybe a puff or two of a little bit of wake and bake.
Very good. Very cool. Yeah, indeed. And of course, check us out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 o'clock Eastern. Hit that like button and smash the subscribe on your guys' way out. And of course, always hit the notifications so that you know when we go live. And also, don't forget about the weekly Dabble Review, our membership only stream, which is Sunday at 5 o'clock Eastern. So you better be here or you are a square. Just like in bingo, you can be a square. Yeah, awesome job making the bingo game. We'll definitely be playing this a lot because I don't think the steel toe topics are nearly coming to an end. Nowhere near it. Yeah. All right. Well, if you had a message for Steel Toe tonight, what would you say to him?
To fight my whole life. I could beat you up even if you had 1,000 knives. Even if you had infinity knives, I would punch you up into the air like a kite. I bet you sleep with the night light, cause you're scared of the dark, cause you stink like a fart. Well, I light your fart on fire with my rhymes. You think I won't? I do it all the time. I bet I got more money than Jay-Z. Compared to me, Jay-Z is lazy. Plus Beyonce thinks that I'm cute. It's okay, Beyonce, I think you're cute too. I made out with so many girls. Made out with every girl in the world. I might look small, but I'm not. I don't care if you're big, I'll fight you. Well, I do know that I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stats, I bet you that she calls. Cause I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stats, I bet you that she calls.